Today on the Camera Cat, standard operating procedures resume. Joan Fury in the left-hand seat. Piers Hasgard driving the Ronin. Michael Chittenden directing traffic. Jono Whitty, Aeromedia, running the technical operation. And special guest today, Andrew Noddy Hay, erstwhile sheet hand from the mighty Yandu.
Oh, wow, just behind us, Bucko. Yeah, the crunch.
Yeah, breaking carbon. I hate the noise. Looks
The,
like a broken
Nake's blue. We'll just get the camera to spin around. There she is. Just dropped the rig.
broken forestay or something.
Wow, hope everyone looks okay. Get Jono and the drone right over the top, or close to over the top of them and have a look, but it's a nice little crunchy crunch noise.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
Yep.
well there we go. We can put a line through Nake's blue and a vet for the day.
Yeah, unfortunately.
We're not
for
fixing that.
John Warren and Older Scott Mackey, they've been contending.
They've been doing really well. I watched them on Australia Day. They were right in the mix.
They were right in it, exactly. Finport pretty early. Tide not strong, but just a bit of ebb, not a big pile, not probably much effect for today. Tech 2 looking at the windward end, coming in a bit hot. What's the clock saying, Jones?
Mickey Mouse is saying 20 seconds, Bucko.
M-I-C-K-E-Y, M-O-U-S. A bit of discussion in the fleet, always healthy. Shaw and partners at lured in. Birkenhead Point letting it rip in the middle. And
3, 2, 1. Clear start, I'd say.
Yep. Tech 2 out of the windward end with Finport blasting. Beautiful as well. Kitchen Maker good also. Bird and Bear also good. The Four Pines in row F, so they've got a bit of work to do. Middle of the line, late, not good.
Del Zotto just tacked, not a great tack. One of the blokes was still hooked up on the other trap line. And Yandu just tacking. Woody winning the Galloping Ghost. Bucko beating you. You had a bit of a call off yesterday and handed it to him on a plate in the vintage 18s.
No comment as the official comment.
There you go, a few of the guys now starting to bail out, getting into a bit of a funny little breeze, or a lot less breeze line down the shore than we normally see, Bucko.
Well, a little bit of, sea fog or whatever it is, little low cloud in effect, really. But Tech 2, Finport are the top two boats, I think.
Smeg having to duck him. Tech 2, yeah, they're ducking as well. Bird and Bear. So,
Podium in sight. They got to get over to the right though, Jimmy. They've got no rights on that whole bunch now.
I know, that's going to be the interesting part, and I'm sure Nick Daly's going to be quiet about it. What do you reckon?
Yeah. And they didn't have a good tack. Jib cleated on too hard and stuck on the rig, so that's costly. And these guys here tacking, Tech 2 tacking on a pretty skinny ley line. Nice ley line. Oh, who's in the tide? The Kitchen Maker.
The Kitchen Maker. Put the curse on him, Bucko, we did.
We did it so efficiently, didn't we?
Sorry, Quigs.
Yeah. Tech 2 leads, how about that?
And
Cream
not another
race.
great tack on the Bird and Bear, dropping the main through every tack. So Tech 2 leading, Smeg second, Shaw and Partners third, Bird and Bear fourth, Royal Oak, Four Pines.
Wow, it's a yacht race.
Appliances online, first one opting for the jibe set, Bucko.
Yeah, not much choice, too much traffic. Nothing you could do there, was there really?
No. So we'll get a wiggle on. We've got the majority of them around.
Stay here.
All the usual suspects up here though, Bucko, in the lead group. Smeg rolling over Tech 2. Take the lead there.
Jimmy, go down the bottom, mate.
Shaw and Partners just on the left of screen there. Looks like they're a little bit hot coming into the bottom marks, Bucko.
Coming in hot, Jimmy. Hot, hot, hot.
Yep. Those should be all right now. They should get there.
Breeze gone back to the right a little bit. It's probably tricked them a bit. Shaw and Partners sitting in a hot angle. And all these guys having to do the very awkward drop and jibe. And Jack McCartney, as usual, the most accurate with the ley line. And I did have a chat with Jack. I said, I don't know how you're doing it, but you're doing it pretty good.
They're only going around one mark.
Yep. Oh, and the Tech 2.
Tech 2, not how we wanted it.
After I talked him up.
Stop talking people up, Bucko. You know the rule.
But
do it after the race.
Plenty of wind again here. There's another little squall nearly raining. It's raining down to about 200 metres. Finport came out of that worse, but there's going to be some casualties here. The Bird and Bear stationary with a chute still at the masthead. That wasn't in the book I read, Jimmy, about how to get around. No. Still chute at the masthead, not good.
Halyard locks on, Bucko.
Finport gets tidied up, but counting from the back, not the front. So I don't know what happened there.
Still very close. It's lead 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 are all still in the mix.
We do have to remember it's a 3-lapper and it's a very compressed track. So what wins yacht races, James? Money or riding moment?
Riding moment, mate.
Bit of each, really.
Yeah.
So Smeg
Just see Ricky working that main.
Pretty far up range, not much ability to ease the main chute though.
Yeah, he's just trying to hold on to that leach there, Bucko. Like just
that's all. But
that's all he can do.
Have a look at the jib depth at the 1/3 height up. It's solid. That's being polite.
You're getting softer in your old age, Bucko.
Have a look, Jimmy. Come on. Hey. Wow. Jib leach parallel with the centre line at 1/3 height is at the limit. Anyway, all good. Up range, big sail. So these guys lead by probably 20 seconds, I think, because it looked like the breeze just tripped left on the front of that squall. And if you're on the right edge, you got more wind earlier, but it was a header.
Yeah, well, you got Royal Oak 4 Pines just behind the camera cat there on screen. They're lifting up nicely just behind us. Plenty of bang off, plenty of twist.
Yeah.
And then got the Shaw and Partners coming in from the right.
Yeah.
They're close cross with them, but we'll stay with Smeg to the top, and then we can, I guess, send the drone down with Smeg, and we'll wait here for a few of the other boys. What do you reckon, Bucko?
No, that sounds good. But that illustrates how short the course is. The beat took about 5 minutes.
Yeah, we're only 16 minutes into race time, Bucko. So
yeah. But that was shorter. There was more wind, and it wasn't quite aligned with the course axis, so it was a shorter beat. And Smeg's, effectively gained about 30 seconds in a 5-minute beat. A bit of a tentative bear away, but
I think they can afford to, Bucko. They've got enough lead.
Yeah, enjoying the extra RM and the skill of Pete Harris. Interesting their set technique though. 2 guys in the boat, no riding moment being used at all, and then bango. Slightly different to, in particular, Finport.
Well, Smeg obviously leads, Bucko. The second around is going to be Shaw and Partners.
Yep. Third
around, Royal Oak, 4 Pines. Fourth, Tech 2. And fifth, Appliances Online.
And 6th, Finport. That's the top 6. And 7th, Noakes. So, and 8th, Bird and Bear. And that's it. So
just a difference, a couple of bad corners, mate. Like Bird and Bear lead let around the first time.
Yep.
Bit of a bad drop.
I couldn't get the shoot off. Finport's pretty lazy overlay into the windward mark. Didn't need
Very
to do
gentlemanly
that,
overlay. We'll head off down with him. What do you reckon, Bucko?
Yeah, I think so. Chase the peloton.
The rest of the guys have Bird and Bear's just about to round the mark, and then it's a little bit of a gap back to the Rag, Birkenhead Point, and Dalzotto.
Oh, we're like into a little lull.
There's just a big hole just formed above them, Bucko.
Big velocity header. They handle it pretty well though. Again, the luff of their chute still looks a bit too long. Not so easy to trip.
Smeg just dropping their spinnaker at the mark on screen. And rounding just nicely. The kitchen maker there in the background, they're just been lapped, Bucko. So after their little swim.
So
got the boys back on screen here on the Royal Oak 4 Pines. Got the arms above their head, trying to get every ounce of weight out. Aaron's just got to stretch those long legs of his, mate. That's all he's got to do.
they're doing it well.
They'll get there comfy. There's Shore and Partners in the background, second place, rounding the mark. Royal Oak Hotel 4 Pines going for the drop.
Time for the drop. Big pressure here. Charlie Gunny having a good fight with it.
Having a good wrestle, isn't he?
Not a bad rounding. Jib just needs to come on. Sheedan should get that, yep.
And then just off screen, just back to the left of screen there, we get our camera around. You got a tight one here between Tech 2, Finport, and right in the mix is Appliances Online. Keegan giving Greg a few words of encouragement to get the spinnaker in.
No, he was talking to Jack McCartney. Talking to him about who had rights and reinforcing the view that he's got room, but he can't round the mark widely. So Finport, the gainer on that run, up into the back of the podium at least. Tech 2 and them together.
Noakes just coming into that bottom mark now.
Finport's gone to the correct side of the track here. He's got a good cover on Appliances. And Jack and the Tech 2 boys will, I think, hurt having tacked off early and gone to the right. And Finport into a good line of pressure with high left. Not a very good tack, but not the worst one either.
And Smeg has just extended their lead, so off in the distance, and we'll might go catch up with them. What do you reckon, Bucko? Wait here.
Why don't we go sort of 400 yards downwind of the mark and
have them come at us?
Yeah, let them come at us. I think
there's a Finport doing a bit of crew adjustment.
And more pressure up the track here. Breeze back to the right. Interesting.
Breeze is swinging around quite a fair bit, isn't it, Bucko?
Yeah, we've got plus or minus at least 10 to 15.
But normally when it comes out of Rose Bay over the golf course, pretty true, you know, like you get it swing a little bit and that stays there.
Yeah.
But it's swinging back and forth today, quite considerable. There's Smeg having this set. Yeah. Just remember that boat there in the back of screen, the kitchen maker, they've been lapped, so
a lap behind.
they're a lap behind just for the viewers at home.
Smeg on the face of an absolute boomer.
Sorry, Darren, if you're tuning in wherever you are around the world and you just see that and getting excited. Sorry to burst your bubble, brother. And the Smeg.
So Smeg, tidy, nearly 1 minute lead. Shore and Partners second, 4 Pines third, close. Tech 2 will be fourth at the mark and Finport fifth.
So there's the Smeg crossing the finish line to take heat 3, Bucko.
Job done.
And just got the...
and it's pretty close for fourth.
The second or fourth. Shaw and Partners definitely get second there.
And that's their best result for quite some time.
Yeah. Stop talking to Doro and he's now sailing all right. There's the Royal Oak on screen coming in for third. And it appears to keep on circling around and pick up the Tech 2. Noakes, Clients Online and Finport, and I think Finport's going to be the loser out of this lot, Bucko.
Yeah, they somehow mucked it up, didn't they? They got dirty air off Noakes, I think. Tech 2 giving them a bit of a serve. So Tech 2 is going to get fourth. Noakes has come through on the face of some wind. So fourth to Tech 2. Appliances will get fifth. Good result for them. Noakes will get sixth. Good result for them. Finport will get seventh. Not a good result for them.
No, not a good result, and haven't looked up since they jibed. Top of their main is still inverted. You remember a couple of weeks ago you seen Matty standing through every jibe, give it the big pump, Bucko.
Yeah, wow.
And I think shoulders are down a little bit. He's done, as I said, 2 days of hard sailing on the Macca 38s. And yes, as
yeah, I don't think come JJ Giltman's he's going to have any overlap though, you know. So, all right. Well, as we speak though, Finport still leads, and don't forget they're not quite at full strength today without Gussie Williams.
The Rag and Famish just finishing there. Armarine Pittwater, Bucko. I thought I seen Nerney heading back to the club at some stage during that race.
That's correct.
So another casualty for the followers of the Armarine Pittwater.
Yep.
That looks like the Royal Oak with the white bottom.
It does, doesn't it? In the tide. Anyway, Yandu yet to finish, and I don't see what happened to the Kitchen Maker. Didn't continue on, did they?
No, the Kitchen Makers hung around. I'm guessing they've worked out time wasn't going to be on their side to go to a whole nother lap, Bucko.
That's right. So Yandu will be the last boat finished. The fleet reduced then to perhaps 11 boats for the next race.
And the Queenslanders, mate, have you seen them?
And the Queenslanders, they were
our mighty little Queensland friends.
Last seen at Nielsen Park.
Nice spot to stop.
A bit of trouble.
Going for a swim. There's Woody finishing.
Finport in good shape at the top of the line. Royal Oak in a bunch there with Shaw and Partners in the next group down. Very closely racked up. Finport's got a nice lane if they can pull the trigger at the right time.
20 seconds, Bucko.
All good. Fleet in good on their best behaviour, nearly. Tech 2. Some polite language. Here we go. Let her rip. Kitchen Maker over. Whole fleet over. Recall numbers.
Kitchen Maker definitely over.
Yeah.
A few bad waves here, Bucko.
Oh.
Sorry, brother, I couldn't do much about them.
Green water on the deck of the Camera Cat, not good. So, out of all that, Finport leads. Tech 2 probably second. 4 points in row F again. And a good squall. Again, cloud down to the water level nearly. And a bit of cold wind, James. You haven't need more than that cotton
I've just
t-shirt.
noticed that. Very cold.
Like I said, if we were going to Hobart, we would have been thinking about something, wouldn't we?
Well, we're not going to Hobart. We're going to Rose Bay and back, mate.
We're going in the direction of Hobart, mate. So, very windy now for the big rig. Surely not. Surely not. Wow. You're going to see some bit of carnage here, Jimmy, I'd predict. Actually, Tech 2 leads the Finport just behind them on port. So the two boats that came from the windward end, kind of a bit like we thought, simple, long leg, stretch out, less tacks, no dirty air. Finport is on a lay, high and slow, they're going to lay. How about that? They're nearly given up on them, mate.
Well, that'll be a huge advantage.
Yep. Yep. That's not the best, but it's better than two tacks.
You got to question that sometimes, don't you? But
Yeah.
now it's slow. Got to get the boat speed up to dial to be able to perform the bear away.
It's a bad bear away. Jib went off too early. But there's plenty of wind and they've got a good lead.
Yep.
And the peloton's having a good fight, so all the next guys all pinching the lay. Smeg second, Tech 2 third, Royal Oak fourth. The Bird and Bear. Welcome, Troy.
Hey, mate. How are you?
Troy just parachuted on in, so welcome, Troy. Smeg around second, Tech 2 around third, Royal Oak, 4 Pines fourth, Pines on line right on their hip. Noakes next around, Shore and Partners, just get the bear away done, boys. There you go. Birkenhead Point Marina next. Sean's jibed in the background there on the Noakes. Managed to save it.
Couple of near misses.
Troy, how are you, brother?
Yeah, bloody good. Thanks for...
The Bird and Bear guys having their third shot at getting to the windward mark. Not
Yeah.
having a happy day there.
You need to go have a debrief with them, Bucko.
I'm sure they've got enough skill on that boat. It's just a matter of coordination, isn't it? It's not about skill, it's how the three guys operate together. Wow, that was pretty cool.
Get riding on down.
So Troy, you've been over at the Macca 38s, mate.
Yeah, we just finished up. Managed to pull one from the pack and win the regatta, so happy days. And here we are, late call up to watch the last lap of the 18s.
Second last lap.
Second to last lap. Oh, perfect.
Yeah, it's a pretty short course, actually. It's only 0.8 of a mile. And
Yep.
so they're not getting much separation.
Well, it's great to get them into this racing before the JJs, right? They're going to have a little bit of this for the big event.
And the Finport has overlaid the mark coming into the bottom, so
Low hooks.
that's a pretty unfortunate error, but Smeg in second is no better, so
Yep.
who's accurate? Noakes coming from the other side, not on screen. These guys here, Appliances, probably close to the right spot.
Yeah. And the Shore Partners coming down there in a big puff.
Yep.
Duck and weave through a few boats there, and
Langman's jibe set didn't go too bad for him.
went really well.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got him out of the peloton.
So Finport just off screen leads around the bottom mark for the first time.
So they'd be scratching their heads about the lay line. Matty's bought the McConaughey 38 lay line with him. Is that
Yeah,
the
no,
problem?
he came straight over. He didn't have to go to the Prezzo. They didn't make the podium, so...
Oh, there you go. That's always a good call, isn't it? I had to go to the Prezzo.
So Smeg around second.
Good on you, son.
Real close one here for third. Plenty of yelling and screaming going on.
Good rounding
Noakes.
from the Noakes. Wow, that's
Clients
pretty
online
high.
in Tech 2.
And it's turned into a bit of a soldier's course here with this change in direction. So got to get the bow down, Sean, get it going here.
Well, breeze just kept going back to the right as the temperature's gone, well, you know, related to new cold air arriving. And so the ley line, you know, has moved a fair way and people haven't adjusted well enough. So the Burgundy Point Marina having a bit of a struggle.
Yeah, late drop. I think that little change, little southerly, little bend in the breeze there just caught a few of them out coming into this bottom mark.
Well, Troy, you know, probably after you finish racing, but just been a succession of little rolly, cloudy things.
Yep.
And each one, the breeze has, you know, the breeze has gone a little further right and built a little bit.
Yep.
You know?
Vintech again, Bucko, off screen just to the left of the shot there.
Missed the shutdown.
Late drop again.
Missed the shutdown marker again. Oh well.
And having a swim for their trouble.
Oh, and the 4 pints nearly in the tide as well, just off screen. Sorry, guys. But Finport leads pretty comfortably off in the distance there.
Still going to be a tight battle for that third spot. Appliance Online just
Starting to get amongst it.
yeah, they're actually ducking a few of the Port Hand guys. They want to get right in on this shore. I think minimise their tax.
Minimum tax and a little bit less wind to tack in is pretty handy.
Actually got quite a nice lefty this Smeg here. They're quite high coming back.
Yeah. He's got a bit to make up though, but I think he should be able to hang in there for second, I would think, from here,
Yeah.
Troy.
It's Finport loading around the top mark for the second time.
Beautiful barrowweight. Cracker. That's a way better than their last one.
Yeah, and they can afford to be nice and safe, these two boats at the front here, that's for sure. There's
Yep.
a big gap back to the cluster.
Yep.
Just got to watch. Finport does have to watch boats coming upwind here. They've got the Tech 2 just to lure. They're going to be safe there, and just keep a little lazy eye out on the rest of the fleet.
Bit of the problem doing these short courses in a confined bay like Rose Bay here, where we come up between the island. It's not much.
Yeah, I think it's good action. You know, you got to really. It's sailing. It's what it's really
absolutely
about.
it is.
And I like the short courses. I like the faster races. A couple of races a day.
Wow.
Oh, we've got a man overboard there on the AOL. He just fell over the front, but he seems to have held on and just climbed back up.
All in a day's work. Tech 2 third, and they'd be
Great shot of Finport there, just smoking downwind.
pleased to hang on to that. Yeah.
I'm sure they'll go a little bit earlier
Oh,
this
Tech
time.
2 can't get the bow down. Plenty of wind here. And they succeed. Noakes also pretty nice. Appliance is not bad. Shaw and Partners having a bit of a shocker.
So it's all on for third here.
Oh, Jimmy.
I think they're going to be hooked on that.
Yep.
Oh, there she goes. She just might have rolled off. There we go.
Oh, no, jib off. Wow. So a bit of how not to round the windward mark there from Shaw and Partners. The back of the peloton, more or less, with Kitchen Maker. These guys are a little hot, and the beneficiary out of that will be Appliances Online. Breeze further right again, and rain. Rain, proper rain. And now a bit of pressure on these guys. Appliances on a lay from well short. What looked like a pretty short lay line.
Yeah, and these guys are going to have to do an early drop here on the Noakes. Have to be careful. Tech 2 is just going late one here.
Oh, they won't go
Can't
too
get
late.
inside. Yep.
No risk involved in that manoeuvre, is there?
No. And the AOL's running it in late there, but they've got it off early too. Oh.
Not the best dial up from Tech 2. Kind of sort of had to do it, but didn't really have to do it quite like that. But anyway,
And that's let the
Appliances
AOL get up
online.
inside them.
Yeah.
Good race from Birkenhead Point. It's coming down in about 7th spot here. There's a few others getting caught out with this big breeze. The Rags way off there, halfway to Manly.
And a big endo from the bullet there, not on the screen, but the face of this puff is up to about 18 to 20 knots, 18 probably.
And I really like how Mick is just looking forward here. He's not worried about anyone behind him. He's just pinning the ears back and going for it. So looks to have a little bit better speed here too.
Yeah.
Just getting through the water a little nicer, you reckon, Bucko?
Finport always a bit higher and a bit slower, so. But visibly pretty even, really. Finport better in the puff, though, I think. Finport getting much nicer progressive inversion of the head of the jib.
Yeah. Smeg's really got the hammer down here, so
Oh, yeah.
they're going to be hot on the heels of them at the top mark, but I'd say Finport will have probably a 4-length lead. Not a bad tack there on Smeg, and
Good tack for the wind
Finport
speed.
not as good, the Finport tack, so that's allowed, just lost another length there. And
But here's for the money, mate, the bear away.
Mika starts widening the stance.
Yeah. Like the batsman waiting for the in-swinger. Here we go. Chimes in, all good. Lovely,
Yeah.
lovely, lovely form.
Oh,
No good. No good.
oh.
Not enough bang off.
Mika's going to go around his bow here.
Yep. Like I said, that was for the money.
Oh, he's still safe, Keegan. Oh, although he's fallen.
No, he's all
Little
right.
water ski there. Here they go. Who can get it up quicker? And this is just giving the Smeg a little taste.
Yep. Pretty good.
Here they
set.
are. Good set on the Smeg. Not bad on the Finport. They're just rolling over them there nicely. So good work by Pete Harris and Ricky Bridge to get that up and set and away. Great change for the lead there. It's not over yet though.
Far from it. Smeg can't jibe from there at the moment. Good pressure coming from this side where they are, so I think they'll both stay on this jibe.
And Finport's going for an early one, it looks like.
Yeah, on the face of the puff, so that's probably their best option.
Yeah, that's sort of, I think, probably let Smeg off the hook a little bit there. So
Well, you just don't know. A little bit less wind on the edge here, Troy, in general, yeah? Just a bit
Yeah.
of land friction, so
we've just got to make sure Mickey doesn't go past his ley line here. We've seen that could be his only problem.
yeah, it's a big finish line, and it probably
Big finish line.
it favours the buoy end now, this end.
Copy.
Okay?
Yeah, we saw Sean Langman in that last one, right? Trying to get off pretty nicely at the pin end.
Yeah, so interesting.
Nice job.
But just looking up wind, oh, no, Smeg's in front.
Yeah,
So,
you'd say Smeg's about to get some nice pressure here and
yeah.
sail off over the horizon.
Well, Finport needs a job. Oh, and here's a guy.
Just got Sammy Jarvin coming back in here to give these boys some coaching, clearly. He's been coaching us all day.
How'd he go? Were you good listeners?
Yeah, we're great listeners. You got to listen.
Yeah, no, fair enough. But the Smeg will have to do a
Ooh.
jibe here. And they're not, they've got a big bit of seaway.
Oh, I think he's pretty,
No, he doesn't have the jibe. He's got a cushion.
should get it in there.
20 second giveaway from the Finport. Sort of strange. He's lifted up towards the boat end, but he's got a cushion. He'll be right. He's going to keep sailing. Good header coming for him, so no dramas. Finport on the same jibe now behind us. So there we go, boys. Well done. Mika Lane, Ricky Bridge and Pete Harris, well done. Two wins for the day. It's all theirs. Finport will get second. They'll be a bit disappointed with that. Tech 2 third, so they've had quite a good day also.
Yeah, they just got back past Noakes, on that last little...
Yep.
This looks like on the last run they've got back past Noakes.
Yep. Quite tricky, and another little score just coming.
Yeah.
This will be quite close, actually.
Oh, Penny, I
Tech
think's
2.
helping them out.
Tech 2.
Yep.
Tech 2's going to beat him, but not by much. Jimmy, just go straight for a second, mate.
Bit hard to go straight, Bucko, when I got 18s coming at me, mate.
What's the point?
We're all like Hotel 4 Pines, Bucko, not having a too good of a one after their first race.
Not their best day, no. And the Finport in the tide after the finish.
There you go. Insurance Partners back to the drawing board.
A Barry Crocker, as one might say.
Just got Rag coming across the line, Rag and Famish to finish, and just closely following them, got the Kitchen Maker Caesar Stone.
Yeah.
Happier race than the first race. At least they finished.
Correct. Oh, the Bird and Bear in the tide, yes.
Little
indeed.
turtle.
12th boat, yes. They, as I mentioned, had a A-grade endo, so in the face of one of those bits of puff. So the weather models weren't too good today because they didn't have this much wind in them any shape or form. But maybe the trough or the cold front's picked up a bit of grunt from the hot water.
Everyone's having a swim after the finish, Bucko.
It wasn't expected
Kitchen
to be
Maker
here,
in.
but it looks like it is. Yes, indeed.